I come out, I'm not gonna fall into no peer pressure. I could even like now, I can't worry about no peer pressure about what I'm doing, about what I'm saying. I cannot do that. I gotta search myself, and I gotta give back how I can give back. So another thing that helps people get into debt and gets people stuck is, like I talked about already, easy credit. Just because somebody give you a credit card for $2,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000, that doesn't mean that that's your money, that you could do whatever you want with it. And now you're gonna go in front, and now you're gonna go to overspend. You gotta think logically, man. Sometimes what causes us to overspend is that we want to make an impression, especially if, as a man, sometimes you overspend because you want to make a impression on a woman that you want to be with, that you like, and you want to show her, a good time. You want to buy her the best gift. You're gonna take her to the expensive restaurant. You're gonna buy the nicest clothes so she could be like, oh, look how he dresses. Look at the car he drives. Oh, look how many bottles he popped. Oh, this is him. And I don't want to be into a situation like that, because I don't want you to be with me because of what I have. That doesn't work for me right there. I want you to be with me because of me. You see what I'm saying? Because if you with me because of what I have, because of the lifestyle that I'm projecting, then I have to keep up with that lifestyle. And what am I gonna have to do to keep up with that lifestyle? And then if I can't give it to you, then what you gonna do? You're gonna stick with me when it gets tough and I can't? Or I get locked up, what you gonna do? You gonna leave me? And that's exactly what's gonna happen. They're not gonna stick it through because they wasn't with you for you. You see what I'm saying? So don't fall into the trap of overspending just because you got the credit, just because it was easy for you to get the credit card with that limit. No, leverage that credit when you really need it, to make an investment that's going to generate income for you. And look, these are strategies, these are things that I was able to put into practice for a very long time, that I'm receiving the benefit and I got the results. This is the only reason why I'm sharing it, and I'm touching on this right now. Also, what helps us get stuck and fall into debt is lack of financial education. Many people may not have received the proper financial education and are unaware of the consequences of overspending. We don't get educated on finances. Why is that? Why, when you go to school from kindergarten to, high school or graduation high school into college, why we not educated on finances? Why we not educated on credit? How to leverage our credit? Why we not educated on our money? Why, man? Because they want us to get trapped off into the rat race, into debt, into committing crime, to go to prison. You see what I'm saying? This is why they letting the asylum seekers in, because those asylum seekers is coming over here hungry. They coming over here with children. They're going to say, I made it to the land of the freedom, and I'm going to get by any means necessary. I don't care what I got to do. And with that mentality comes breaking the law. And that's what they banking on, for you to break the law so you can start filling up the beds in the prisons that they built, that they make money off for that right there. It's a business. And if you're not conscious of that, then, and it continues to happen to this day, man. Aren't we educated on finances? Why? So you got to educate yourself. And how is that going to happen? You got to humble yourself, and you got to ask somebody who is well financially. Ask them about finances. Ask them how you did it. You see what I'm saying? And learn and try to do it. Because these asylum seekers, they coming in, bro, ignorant, naive, not knowing how this works, not knowing the mandatory minimums, and not knowing, man, and you could see them already, man. They already out there boosting. They boosting, they learning the latest scams, and they coming hungry over here, man. But they not knowing that they're gonna have a little time of getting over on the system, but then the long the long arm of the law is gonna reach and wheel you back in. And once you're in front of that judge with the mandatory minimum, then they just gonna say, this is how many years you gotta do. They're gonna send you up there to modern day slavery, where you're gonna be working in the mess hall, working in the factory, working in the unit cleaning, and running their business for free labor. Having your parents struggle out here now to send you ends meet so that you could buy junk food from their store where they also making a profit, man. It's like a profit upon profit, man. And it's sad, but this is the system that we living under. And if you don't know what's going on, and if you don't learn what's going on, then you're gonna fall victim to it. So, I'm sharing this, and hopefully I am gonna post it. But this is what needs to happen. We need to talk about this. We need to have these conversations and reverse the strategies to reverse the outcomes. So if you're tired of losing, figure out what's the strategy, what's causing you to lose, and then you got to do the opposite. You got to reverse that. If you're losing and you notice that you got some type of addiction, then you got to reverse that. You wasn't born addicted to anything. You can do it. You just got to, put your mind to it, man. You got to, I will go, if I'm dealing with an addiction, I will go as far as to checking myself into a place. I would check myself into a place to heal myself. You see what I'm saying? I will go to the 12 steps, Alcohol Anonymous. I will get in the church. I will get on my knees. I will save myself because it has to be a choice and it has to come from you. I cannot force you to do anything. Nobody could force anybody to do anything. Nobody was going to force me to step inside that church. Nobody was going to force me to kneel before a living God so that today I could stand before any man. Nobody was going to force me to do that. That was a choice that I had to make because I got tired of losing. And I had to reverse the strategies that I was using to reverse the outcome. Unemotional spending. I had to make decision based on facts, not feelings. This is what I had to do. It's about facts. It's not about your emotions. Don't let your emotions dictate what you do. You have to look at the facts. And what are the facts? You see what I'm saying? And it's hard what I'm saying. It's hard when I'm talking. But somebody got to say it. And a lot of people are saying it, but it hits different when you're hearing it for somebody that you know. For some reason, it just hits different. This is why I'm saying it right now. So, don't act on your emotions, man. You got to act on facts, man. What are the facts? So, intrinsic motivation. Measure your success against your own goals. Not against what other people are doing. I'm not gonna measure my success against what other people are doing. That's insanity right there. How I'm gonna measure my success and how I'm gonna beat myself up because I'm not where such and such is at. I don't know what he did. I don't know what God has for that person. So it would be foolish of me to look at somebody else's success and then measure my success based on that. I cannot do that. That's insanity right there. I got to set my own goals and I got to measure my success against my own personal goals. This is how I'm going to win. I got to motivate myself. I got to have my own vision. You cannot worry about what other people are doing, because what God has for me, God has for me. And what's yours is yours. This is why in my job, I'm not afraid to teach the apprentices how to do the job. Because a lot of times, and it happened to me in the past, there were journeyman painters that were afraid to teach me tricks of the trade because they were fearful of me taking their job because the boss is going to get the work completed at a lower rate. So now my job is in jeopardy if I teach you. I'm not doing that right there. I'm going to teach you everything I know so that you can succeed, because my job, this is why it's important to have a relationship with God. You see what I'm saying? My job is in his hands. And when he says that my job is done here, then I'm going to move into another job that he already has for me. But I'm not going to hold you back from progress because I want to be selfish or because I'm fearful of losing. No, what's mine is already ordained for me. You see what I'm saying? It's already ordained. I don't have to worry about what you got. Don't worry about what I have. You got to figure out how you're going to tap into what God has for you. Because a lot of people worry about what you have and how they're going to capitalize on what you have and come around you to see if they could get what you have. No. You're not doing that right there, because I'm sweating and I'm putting it in while you got your feet up, and now all of a sudden, no, that doesn't work that way. You got to figure it out and figure out what God has for you. I could help guide you along. I could give you advice. I could share my testimony the way I'm doing now. I could share what I did, but you know what? You got to make the trip up there, and you got to do your own assessment, and you got to make your own purchase, because you're going to have to respond, and I say that because in the past, there has been people that has told me, no, but I'll just give you the money and you can do it for both of us. And I say, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that, because then I'm going to be responsible for your success. You can't put that responsibility on me. I will not take your money. I'm not going to take your money. A few people have told me, here, take the money and go and do it. I'm like, I'm not doing that, because I'm not going to work for you. You want me to go take the money and invest it so that tomorrow you can say, where's my money? And you can say that I have what I have today because you gave me money. No, the biggest blessing was, thank God that I had the wisdom to say no all the time. Every time I crossed that path, every time I crossed that bridge, I always said no. I said, I'm not going to do that, because I'm going to be responsible for your money. And you're going to say later on that what I have was because you gave me money. Thank God I always said no. And I always motivated myself, and I always said I could bring you with me. I could even point it out to you, because I have done that. I have pointed out. I said, look at it right there. This is what it is. This is how much it costs. If you do it, you're going to come off with a bag. What are you going to do? And there has been people to say, you know what? I'm going to do it. They have made the decision and they have walked away with a bag. You see what I'm saying? But they had to go up there with me. I said, I'm going to take you and I'm going to show you. But don't ask me to do it. Don't ask me to do it for you, because then you're going to want me to go work for you. You're going to hold me accountable. I'm not going to do that. I already got my wife and my kids that I'm accountable to. You know what I'm saying? I got to give it to them. I got my mother that I'm accountable to. She was the one that was sending me commissary for 12-year prison sentence. My mother. This is my mother sitting back with her feet up in the chair.